Welcome back to the PSB Real Deal in the Ville. We get ready to bring you Indy Lady Gym Rats versus Alabama Southern Stars. College coaches on hand. Dawn Staley there of University of South Carolina, just one of a loaded back line on both sides in a matchup that features a ton of talent. The Indy Lady Gym Rats versus Alabama Southern Stars. We have tipped this one off. And it is the Lady Gym Rats that will try to strike first. Shot is off the mark. Rebound brought down there by number 33, Kennedy Gavin. Brooke Burns with it now. Now she'll get it over to number 1, Maya Taylor. Taylor has that shot partially blocked there by Dodd. Now it's in the hands of Shayla Biller. Biller brought up to this particular Indy Lady Gym Rat squad after Dana Evans had to move on to USA Basketball. That's a great problem to have. You love playing with the Gym Rats, but the Team USA opportunity is a great one to say the least. Shayla Biller, very high hopes here in this program. She's done a good job of playing her game and helping make others better. That triple's knocked down by Haley Troop. She's a player to keep an eye on throughout this one. Some of the offers include South Carolina, Mizzou, and Auburn, just to name a few. One of the players in particular that Dawn Staley is here on site to check out. Head coach Doug Bush there on the sidelines. Sydney Dodd couldn't get it to go initially. It was followed up by number 21, Ellen Ross. And Ross earns a trip to the free throw line. Head coach for the Indy Lady Gym Rats, Danny Riego. As intriguing as the matchup is there on floor with this talent, it's an added element when you look at both of the coaches that are here in charge of these teams. Any team that comes under them is going to be well coached, and the player's potential will be maximized. Makes for good TV here on SUV TV at PSB Real Deal in the Ville. It's a 3-2 advantage for the Alabama Southern Stars. Step back jumper for Troop. It's off the mark. Long rebound going to be brought down by Carissa McLaughlin. McLaughlin, nobody has shot the ball in the country better than McLaughlin has. Might be on par. But in terms of shooting it better than her, you'll be hard-pressed to find someone. She's been able to do it not only with the long-range bomb from 3, but the mid-range game and using that jump shot to set other things up. Has been a great area of excellence for her here early on in this live period. That pass a little too tall for its intended recipient, Sydney Dodd. Ellen Ross put a little too much on it. Had some hesitation there by Brooke Burns. McLaughlin with the reach. She'll be called for her first foul. Get it out to Maya Taylor. Taylor, two-time Gatorade Player of the Year in Mississippi. So we're tied up at 3 apiece, under the 5-minute mark here in the first quarter now. Both teams getting loose, also trying to adjust to what's been stingy defense on both ends here early on. First shot missed, follow up by Troop, no good. Taking one to the face and heading to the line here, it'll be Kennedy Gavin. So Gavin will get a chance to make it happen there at the free throw line. This is the first. One of the things to keep an eye on about with Maya Taylor is Coach Doug Bush mentioned that her ankle has been giving her some problems, so she would be a game time decision. She has decided to give it a go, so we'll see how that affects her productivity throughout the course of the game. She gets back there and can't do anything to stop Sydney Dodd from laying that one in. That'll make it 5-4. 1 point advantage for the Gym Rats. Taylor can't get the jumper to go. Dodd with the rebound, outlet to Beeler. We can get from point A to point B pretty quickly, as you see there. She'll drop it in, and the lay-in is going to be made there by Ellen Ross. So a timeout on the floor. Coach Doug Bush not liking what he's seeing. We'll take a timeout with him. When we get back, we'll bring you more from PSB, Real Deal Indyville, Shayla Beeler. Nice pass to Ross after she drew 2 defenders. Ross with the lay-in. Back out of the timeout. Offensive rebound. Made on the inside there by number 20 for the Southern Stars. That's Unique Thompson. Thompson has a chance to get her first points of the contest. There at the free throw line. She knocks down the first. Thompson's list, class 2017 prospect, includes South Carolina, Mississippi State, Auburn, and Texas A&M, just to name a few. Thompson's trip to the free throw line makes it 6-6. She will go to the bench. McLaughlin hasn't scored just yet. That mid-range jumper changes that. She puts the Lady Gym Rats up 8-6. She's in range when she steps onto the floor. And as I mentioned, not just a set shooter. Can do it off the dribble and does a great job moving without the ball and being aggressive. Off the catch, Kennedy Gavin. Answers right back. Make it 8-9. Also that last jumper, I think it was ruled a 3-pointer for McLaughlin. That's what makes it 9-8. Gavin too strong on the jumper. Troop was going to save it, but then just let it go off the finger. I believe Ariel Scott touched it last. Southern Stars ball there along the baseline. McLaughlin up top to Scott. Ross a shot off the back of the rim. Sydney Dodd gives them another opportunity. Miller using the ball screen. Now she'll stop. Can't get the shot to fall, but another offensive rebound here this possession. Third time's a charm. Coach Doug Bush not happy about it. Neither one of these teams are teams you can give 3 yet 4 opportunities, 1 possession without them making you pay. And if you are Doug Bush, you are livid right now. 4 offensive rebounds in 1 possession, including one where McLaughlin gets the rebound down low, dribbles out to the 3-point line, and then knocks down a triple. Not a lack of effort on the Alabama Southern Star side, but still there's a problem when you give up that many offensive rebounds in 1 possession on top of the space that McLaughlin had to dribble all the way out to the 3-point line and then knock that down. They come back and answer, though, to make it 10-12. Back-to-back triple for McLaughlin. Southern Stars have to find a way to put a hand in McLaughlin's face. It's going to be a long day if they don't. Taylor off the mark there on that shot. Coach Doug Bush not happy with the past few minutes for his squad, as both Taylor and Troop going to get a breather. We talked about that ankle for Maya Taylor. You can tell it's affecting her a little bit. Not that he's making any excuses, or she is, but you see it playing a factor. Her getting a breather will help in that area. Not only in terms of giving the ankle a second, but also being able to sort of see the game there from the bench. See if she can have a more productive stretch once she gets back in. Coming up on the final 30 seconds of the first quarter. McLaughlin with the rebound, now the push. Up and in, kind of a two-handed scoop shot for McLaughlin, the Florida commit. Beeler with active hands goes to the deck to get it. And be picked up by Malaya Howard-Bass. About 3 seconds to work with. The reverse is blocked out of there. And that will do it for the first quarter. It's been all Gym Rats up to this point. Just a 7-point game. But the team out of Indy with the lead, Carissa McLaughlin. That was after the 4th offensive rebound. I'll just dribble out here, leg game a horse, and knock down the triple. We'll make it 10-17. We'll be right back. Second quarter is underway. Miller in attack mode right off the bat. She misses. Offensive rebound by Brianna Bowles. Her shot won't stay down. But if you're the Southern Stars, I know it's easier said than done. But you have to find a way to minimize the offensive rebounds that you're seeing the Lady Gym Rats get up to this point in the game. McLaughlin got caught in a tough position, able to make the most out of it and still finish there off the window. That was a good defensive play there by the Southern Stars. Just better offense by McLaughlin. She was able to get the touch off the window. Alexis Evans earns a trip to the free throw line. Evans knocks down the first. Evans, an Alabama commit. Future member of the Crimson Tide makes it 12-19. Pulls the Southern Stars to within 7. Ariel Scott with it, trying to find Bieler. That's denied, so she'll just go ahead and pull it from 3-4 feet behind the line. You know, out of that quarter break, you've had a couple possessions where the Southern Stars have done what they're supposed to defensively, and the Gym Rats have just found a way to make a play. It was that tough shot that they forced McLaughlin to take that she hit off the glass, and there you see the ball denial, not trying to let Bieler get it, hand in face, good 4 feet behind the line, and Ariel Scott just buries it. Lead is now 10. 13, Haley Troop checks back into the game. 4 to Maya Long. We'll have a seat. Look for Haley Troop to continue to be aggressive. Here she has come back in. Free throw line jumper. No good by Brittany Grice. Bowles trying to set up there on the block. Now McLaughlin looking to go to work on Troop. Howard Bass misses the 3, long rebound over to Scott. Scott, nobody around her, so she'll launch it. Grice had it, but Howard Bass gets in there and draws the foul. Back in for Southern Stars, number 33, Kennedy Gavin, and number 20, Unique Thompson. Marissa McLaughlin just picking her spots and attacking. This time she gets all the way to the cup. Part of the nutshell summary that we gave you to open the game. Yes, the jump shot is what jumps off the page and off the broadcast at you. But she uses said jump shot to really set herself up very nicely when it comes to making plays off the dribble at multiple levels. Ball on the floor, so they'll stop play. Back in for the Lady Gym Rats, number 21, Ellen Ross. So it's Ross, Bieler, Scott, Dodd, and Bowles on the floor for the Lady Gym Rats for the Southern Stars. It's Maya Taylor who's back in. Terry Smith, number 21. Number 20, Unique Thompson. Number 33, Kennedy Gavin. And number 13, Haley Troop. Thompson's going to be called for a travel. Sub in for the Southern Stars. One of the original 5 starters. Back in, number 10, Brooke Burns. Stars given the task of staying in front of Shayla Beeler. Not an easy one. It's a quick move and a lay with the left. You're in a tough spot if you're Coach Bush. You've got Taylor, who, with an ankle that's 100%, is probably going to take that defensive assignment. We'll see if they choose to keep Burns there or if that was just one play. See Beeler get the step and finish. Both wheeling and dealing and getting it to fall. Taylor sees that first jumper go through. That's a good sign for Doug Bush and the Southern Stars. While defensively, they have some adjustments that they can make. I think you're in a situation with these Lady Gym Rats where at some point you're just going to have to be able to score with them. And this Southern Stars has some pieces that allows them to do so. While Haley Troop, Maya Taylor, even Burns and Kennedy Gavin, they haven't gotten as going as they would like to. The ability is there. They just got to find a way to string some buckets together. Right now, the Gym Rats are just pinning their ears back on the offensive end, taking turns getting it done. Kicks off the back of the rim for Gavin. Screen set, hesitating for a second, then going all the way is Beeler. Shot no good, Burns with the rebound. She's got Troop running with her. Stripped away initially by McLaughlin. And a foul on the play, but McLaughlin not giving up. Able to strip it away. Just gonna see Taylor use that Unique Thompson ball screen and splash the jumper just moments ago. They'll need that from Taylor. Troop also has to get going. And I think if you're Kennedy Gavin, Unique Thompson, as well as Alexis Evans, they've had some baby jumpers, those just inside the free throw line, that they've been able to get a good look at. You gotta be able to knock some of those down. Get that out of here, says Unique Thompson. As the Southern Stars trying to cut this deficit to single digits. Subbing in for the Stars, number 22, Tiara Dark. Gavin with the rebound. Now here's Troop. Troop over to Maya. Maya can't get the shot to go. An offensive rebound working in favor of the Alabama Southern Stars for a change. They lay it in and pull it to within 9. Like the energy Tiara Dark is bringing defensively, they're trying to invade the personal space of Beeler. Trying to get the switch where you have Gavin guarding Beeler. They got it. Beeler pulls the three-pointer. Misses, but they give up another offensive rebound. Good block, though, by Haley Troop. Taylor back to Troop. And even there, they didn't make the shot, but that's the type of energy, type of mojo you want to see from the Southern Stars. They get a stop on one end. Taylor's a little more comfortable out there now after knocking down a few buckets. She's able to find Troop more in transition as well. Even though they don't get that shot to go, they're starting to look more like the Stars. But they're having to put forth a lot of energy just to keep this thing from expanding. You wonder if they'll have enough to actually close this gap with the way the Gym Rats have had timely scoring whenever they've needed it throughout this game. Troop dials one up. Money. Haley Troop Showing why she's got those offers that we mentioned earlier. South Carolina, Mizzou, Auburn, Alabama, Texas Tech. Vandy as well. Coach Doug Bush, his team within 6, and you have to feel great if you're Coach Bush right now, although you saw that shot of him. He's probably not feeling as great as I think he should, but relatively speaking, it's been all gym rats here in this first half, and you look up and the Southern Stars are down. Foul call against Kennedy. Gavin will send it the other way. 40 seconds and counting. McLaughlin catch and shoot. That one kicks off. Gavin with the rebound. Now here's Taylor. Taylor hesitates for a second, takes it right at Biller. Biller strips it away. But it will stay with the Southern Stars. Troop to throw it in. Finds Thompson. Thompson looking for a lifeline now. Decides to put it on the floor as by design for the gym rats. They were trying to make sure she didn't have a guard to get it to. She puts it on the deck and is fouled on the floor, so Troop will inbound it along the baseline. They want to work it inside to Thompson. Thompson guarded by Dodd. If I'm the Southern Stars, they have to play their game. I feel like you can get a better shot than that. Thompson capable, but you got a fall away jumper from Thompson against Sydney Dodd when Taylor's getting going, Troop's trying to get going as well, but that's going to do it for the first half. Thanks for joining us here on SUV TV. We'll be back. This one's getting interesting. Haley Troop, slow start, knocks down a big three there. We've got a 6-point game. See you after halftime. Moments away from getting the second half started. 24-30 is the score. It was a first half that was really dominated by the Indy Lady Gym Rats for the overwhelming majority of it. Offensive efficiency combined with a very stingy defense created a tough pickle that Southern Stars had to really work their way out of. Maya Taylor hit a couple shots. He helped get Haley Troop going. And they also did a better job of keeping the Lady Gym Rats off the offensive glass towards the last couple minutes of that first half. And as a result, they find themselves just down 6. You got to feel like the glass is more than just half full if you're Doug Bush with the way his team played overall in that first half to just be down 6. They salvaged it with a good second half of the first increment. Traveling violation going to go against Ross. They've also made the adjustment with Shayla Biller in terms of making sure she doesn't have a Brooke Burns or Haley Troop guarding her as much as possible. Instead, coming off, putting in some quality minutes is Tierra Dark. They've also gotten quality minutes off the bench by Hannah Barber. Along with a few other players who will be able to give you a heads up on as they sub back in. Troop to Thompson. Back to Troop. Thompson wants it inside, has a matchup against Ross. Can't get the first one to go. Second attempt, that one's short as well. Nice play there by Ellen Ross. She's the lesser of two evils guarding her as opposed to Sydney Dodd. But not a pushover by any means. You saw Thompson try to attack. Ross wasn't going. And they're on that possession. Last touch by the Stars per the official. So now screen set there. And an illegal screen going to go against Dodd. So Dodd hit with the illegal screen. Troop can't get it to go with the left. McLaughlin got to know where she's at all times. Luckily for the Stars, she misses the shot. Now here's Taylor off and running, pass ahead to Dark with the lay-in. Said it once and I'll say it again, getting very good minutes for Tierra Dark off the bench. Even if she didn't score a bucket, with the attention that she's giving Shayla Biller and trying to keep her contained, but then also being able to run the floor and score, that always helps. Ariel Scott continues to shoot it well. Part of why Shayla Biller hasn't had to be as aggressive in this game is Ariel Scott and McLaughlin have done a good job mixing it up from the perimeter. But answering right back are the Stars. They keep it within 5. Now Taylor with the quick hands rips it away. Troop trying to go baseline. Dropped it off to Alexis Evans. Coach Bush wanted the foul. That's a tough one to see, but it was a foul. Got hit there on the forearm. Official didn't see it. And of course, McLaughlin, a professional pourer of salt on the wound. Missed foul call on one end. She comes back, makes him pay with a splash on the other. Taylor can't answer back with the triple. Dark hesitates, takes a jumper of her own. Alexis Evans with the offensive rebound now back out top to Taylor. Thompson, she's been going hard inside. They're just not giving up any soup. McLaughlin comes back, scores, pushes the lead to 10 points. Wouldn't be surprised if Coach Bush gets a timeout. Surely he's going to let them play on here. Thought it was a tough moment where they had that foul against Evans there on the baby jumper. It wasn't called, and then McLaughlin comes back, hits a three-pointer. sort of affected the energy. This trip to the free throw line for Unique Thompson should help. Joined by Jonathan Hemingway here on the mic. Let's take another look at that three-pointer that McLaughlin knocked down after the no call.
Marcus, I see Carissa McLaughlin picked up right where she left off last night, huh?
Yeah.
Two outstanding programs here, Indy Lady Gym Rats, obviously from the Hoosier State, and the Alabama Southern Stars, Coach Danny Riego and Doug Bush over here to our right. Lots of talented prospects here. You just saw Unique Thompson knock in those free throws there for Coach Doug Bush's group, and she's one of the more heavily pursued post players in the Southeast, and for good reason. Every bit of 6'2", if not taller, long arms, can finish around the rim, good defender, rebounder. See Haley Troop over here, number 13 in white. Also a number of different offers from around the Southeast, including South Carolina, and one of the reasons why Coach Don Staley is down there on the front row. And a new addition here from the Southern Stars, Hannah Barber. You've become very familiar with Barber and her game at first at the CoachHemi.com Spring Showcase, just across the street at Lebanon High School, and then later at the EVA Super 64 camp. A kid with great energy, shot-making ability, and again, a handful of offers from around the Southeast, including the University of Alabama. And if you look underneath the bucket over there, you can see head coach Christy Curry peeking in on Barber and the Southern Stars. So a big game and a number of ways here at the PSB Real Deal.
Thompson passes it inside to Gavin. Gavin able to muscle that one up and in. They cut the deficit to 7. Tierra Dark has went back to the bench for Southern Stars. Great job on the defensive end, and now Tamia Long will guard Bieler. McLaughlin setting up the ball screen, guarded by Barber. Good defense by Barber, shot by Bowles is off the mark. Barber stops and pops. That one kicks off the back of the rim as Thompson and Gavin fight for the rebound. Ariel Scott going for the steal. Unique Thompson refusing to let her get to it. She got a finger on it. She was not going to get the rest. Troop has a seat. Brooke Burns comes in. Back to Thompson. Scott knows for the ball, trying her best to get it. She's going from block to block. Tried to get it on the entry pass. Another pass was made. She went over there. Jump ball was forced. Possession arrow will keep it with the Stars. Heads up play there by Barber as McLaughlin had got a piece of it. That's one of those toughest moments where a ball is partially deflected. And it's like your brain is telling your hands to pull back, but it's not always easy to do it in the nick of time. Barber with the good reflexes to let it go. We'll see if the Stars can cash in here. Gavin with the offensive rebound. That's going up and getting it at its highest point. Problem is she brought it down, and Ariel Scott was determined to get that ball back for the Gym Rats on that possession.
Look at that pass.
Good look there by Bieler. Howard Bass couldn't knock it down. 7-point game, under 2 minutes left to play here in the third. That one goes out of bounds, so now back over to the Lady Gym Rats, number 21, Terry Smith checking in as a 2017 Western Kentucky commit. Coach Danny Riego touching base with the official there. His team with a 7-point advantage. McLaughlin, good defense by Barber, better offense.
Tough pull up there by McLaughlin. Drives left, sticks the right foot in the ground, and then pulls up. So smooth.
Burns working on Howard Bass. Good bucket.
We've seen Burns a couple of times this year. You see Barber get the deflection in the backcourt. Really like Burns' game, you know, heady, skilled, solid size for a combo guard like herself. And I'm sure Coach Bush would like a few more buckets out of her before the end of the day.
Bowles, didn't know Bowles had that dimension. He shoots the three, can't get it to go. Jimrak stick with it and get the lay-in.
Before the knee injury for Bowles, she really had the versatility in a lot of ways to play inside out. You know, since that injury, she's become a little bit more standstill, you know, more mid-range. But I would expect, you know, within the next 12 months, her full game to round out and to be able to see where she was, you know, just a few years ago, come back intact.
Coach Riego was yelling, set it up. McLaughlin got a good look. That three did everything but stay down. Nice pass ahead. And the reverse by Brooke Burns and one.
What great touch there by Barber. And we're going to look at it here on the replay. She takes just a little bit off. And that's such athletic IQ. You know, because if she would have zipped that, she knows it probably gets deflected, or maybe it's not in the right spot. She lofts it just enough, puts it right in the bread basket.
Yeah, just great touch by Barber. Pass was a thing of beauty. Scott, shot no good. Dowd with the offensive rebound. That's no good. And they're right back where they were before the third quarter started, within 6. We'll go into the third quarter break when we get back. The final quarter of this one, Starz trailing by 6 points. Lady Gym Rats strike first here in the fourth quarter, push the lead to 8 points. Marcus Burnett joined by Jonathan Hemingway as the cat and mouse game continues.
Yeah, Beeler with the mid-range jumper to open the quarter. Beeler known for her distributing ability and her slashing ability, showing that she can get the jumper working as well.
Maya Taylor with it now over to Unique Thompson. They're going to go high-low. McLaughlin was looking for it as well. Comes over, snatches that one up. Good defense there by Trooper on that possession. Ariel Scott, offensive rebound. Now this is looking a lot more like the first part of the first half. Go back to a possession where the Gym Rats got 4 offensive boards in one possession. I guess the Southern Stars defense is saying this ain't thin as they get the block, but then they turn it right up back over. And that's going to result in an easy layup for McLaughlin.
A 3-on-2, one direction. And then a turnover leads to an easy 3-on-0.
Troop sizes up a triple. No good on the shot. Alexis Evans with the rebound. Taylor to Thompson. Thompson, too strong on the shot. Dodd and Ross have given her a headache. Beeler initiates the contact there and draws the foul against Thompson. Like how Beeler took it right to the body of Thompson. Wasn't going to allow her to make an extension and try to block that shot. Good on the first free throw. Hannah Barber looking to check back in. Hannah Barber comes in as Gym Rats get a timeout. 5 minutes, 32 seconds remaining in this one. It's an 11-point game.
Big spurt there by the Gym Rats, like you said. Push this thing back out to double digits. It looked like the Southern Stars had gained the momentum at the end of the third quarter, but a couple of buckets and some costly turnovers by the Southern Stars. Let's push this lead back up to 11.
Part of what we talked about as we look in the Lady Gym Rats huddle, how all of the coaches are a part of the coaching staff for each team, and that's not something that's just unique to the Lady Gym Rats, but they're just an example of one of the programs that put that philosophy in place, and it really helps when it comes to interchangeable parts. A player like Beeler, when called up to fill in for Dana Evans, and most of the stuff wasn't foreign to her when it comes to playing with this squad, just because of how seamless the program is. On the other side, we'll see if Coach Doug Bush's Alabama Southern Stars can make one last push. Time is of the essence here with 5 minutes, 24 seconds and counting. Evans looking inside to Thompson. Thompson cannot buy one on the inside.
You guys are pointing different directions.
One referee pointing one direction, the other referee pointing the other direction.
Thought they're going to flip a coin, heads or tails for a second. Tierra Dark called for the foul, but just going to give Dark credit for the job she did defensively on Ville, you might say that they've been down for the majority of the game. You know, why are you giving her kudos for that? But this lead could be a lot worse had she not done some of the containment that she was able to do with Ville, helping keep them in striking distance by keeping Ville at bay.
Beeler's a tough cover, man.
Yeah.
So quick downhill.
Run, horse, special, man. Unique, you're going to get in the corner.
Tierra Dark fouls out.
Stop and score. Stop and score. Stop and score. Come here. Come here.
Lead pushed to 13. Still not over. But you need points. If you're the Stars, points and stops. I know that's a Captain Obvious statement, but just calling it like I see it. And, you know, with just over 4:30 remaining, not an insurmountable deficit, but they don't really have much of a margin for error over the next 4 minutes or so.
Game of basketball is pretty simple. It's put the ball in the bucket, prevent the other team from putting their ball in the bucket. And McLaughlin is one of those kids, man. It's hard to stop her from making buckets.
They're a tough team to beat regardless, but when they have a 10 or 11 point cushion to work with, even if they bend and you're able to close the gap a little bit, very strong odds that they won't break with their ability to just spread the floor. Great leadership with McLaughlin, Ville, but then on the inside, they got players that can finish, defend. I think Ariel Scott has had a great game here, bigger than just the point scored, and even just, you know, some of the stats that you'll see in the box score. Aside from that, just her hustle and some of her energy at various stretches throughout this game has been a big reason why they're up.
No, I don't want it. I don't want it. No, sir. Pitch two. Pitch two. Pitch two.
15-point game. Under the 4-minute mark, Brandon Clay joins us here on the mic. Brandon, this was a great matchup. And you can see why the college coaches on both baselines are here, but the Gym Rats have the upper hand.
Two really good organizations and programs. You know, obviously the top teams in each represented here, but, you know, I think more than that, you talk about two programs and staples of the grassroots community, and it's been a battle. You know, they both want these types of games throughout the summer, and yeah, you're right. I mean, it's a who's who down there. You know, from Gino Ariema, who was in here earlier, Don Staley, Tennessee in the building. It's been a lot of fun, man.
You mentioned Dawn Staley. Unique Thompson has an offer there from the Gamecocks, a talented player. They've done a great job on her defensively on the interior.
Yeah. Well, and Thompson's a kid that, you know, you start looking at next level projections and things like that. Obviously great size there on the interior. We'll have to continue to work on her ability to be a primary scorer, you know, in terms of getting the ball fed. You see the situation right here. And a nice move. You know, a little catch there at the elbow facing. Turns back, so down, little show pivot, little fake. Turn shot, takes the contact, the hoop, and the harm.
Make sure we all know where we are on dice.
Short on the free throw. Bowles with the rebound.
Well, I like the way they're pitching that basketball ahead today.
Kicks off the back, Brooke Burns. Brings it the other way. And you look at McLaughlin and Ville, impressive guards for the Gym Rats, man. But just talk about their size and what they've been able to do on the inside when you look at Dodd, Bowles, and players like Ross and Scott on the inside.
Yeah, well, and I think that group starts with the player Ariel Scott. You know, versatile kid, can play multiple positions, can play really the 2, 3, and even some 4 in the matchup stuff for him, especially with the way that Rigo plays with a lot of the on-ball screen action and rewarding shooters off of those reads. I mean, Dodd has been really good. You know, I thought coming out of Memorial Day, Marcus, that Dodd was a kid that she continues to work on her conditioning, continues to work on her ability to finish around the rim on rebound attempts. As you get a shot of both Dodd and Scott there on the bench right now, that it will put them in a good position. And then I think the addition of Ross, I actually texted Coach Riego last night after we got off the broadcast and told him how impressive I thought Ross was. You know, I think a lot of the same type of gifts that you get with Ariel Scott that you're going to get in Ellen Ross over the next, of course, 3 summers here for the Gym Rats program. And then Bowles is showing that on the interior, she rebounds the ball well, is running the floor better than what I thought we saw on Memorial Day. And you see her here in the screen action, be able to read it. And that's the type of shot there that over the next 12 months you'll want to see her be able to make, is that 15 to 17 footer on the face-up.
On the broadcast earlier, Hemingway talked about that knee injury and continuing the transition from that and how she's slowly but surely getting back some of that versatility that she had pre-injury.
No question. Well, and I think when you take a look at the other huddle, you know, watching that Kennedy finish there for Southern Stars, you know, Doug Bush has done a really good job of challenging his team. We called it the gauntlet the other day in our conversation. You know, not only do you want your kids to get the exposure, but you just want to play competition. You know, even if all of these kids had offers and had already all committed, how often do you get to be in a space with kids like this? You know, this is something that we see a lot on the boys' side, you know, whether it's All-American camps and those guys are in the same space, academies, training academies, USA Basketball, multiple camps during the year. We want to make sure we're doing the same thing here for these young ladies, giving them a chance to really compete against players at the highest level from across the country.
Mission accomplished. It's been a great day here at PSB Real Deal. Started off with a great one between FBC and Exodus, and it's only gotten better as the day has went on. Great bump and opportunities for these players to play.
That didn't go in, but that was, and here's Ross. Look at that. On the glass, and the two chip shots from the 19s that don't go in there, but it's a great attack from Ville to get downhill into the pipe and make a play. And then a great play by Ross to hustle, get the offensive rebound. 2 shots that don't go, but you like the energy and you like where they're headed with this.
Inside, strong move there by Brittany Grice. We'll head to the line.
Well, she's another player for Southern Stars that gives them some depth on the front line. We talked about Thompson earlier. Grice, you know, a kid like Kennedy Gavin that was so good for them in the spring, you know, rebounding and making plays on the interior.
Bryce good on the second free throw.
Well, we talked about, you know, the Gym Rats not having Evans and Beeler being a different type of guard last night on the broadcast, and I think that was a great example there. Takes it into the teeth of the defense, makes a good decision late to pitch there.
You hit the nail on the head there with that, just that comparison. And I think it's great that, you know, she doesn't come into a situation where she's asked to be Dana Evans or not do her or not play her game. And not to say that all of the pieces weren't a well-oiled machine when Evans was there, but it's different in terms of Wheeler picking her spots, but also being able to make sure that everybody eats. And I think they're reaping the fruits of this here in this early lock period.
No question, right? You know, the tests for these types of things are always, and it's one of the reasons why Coach Riego and Mark Stevens and the Gym Rats group come in there, are part of this event every year. This is a great way to really test yourself before they go into league play. Tough shot there by Kennedy. Like I said, I'm a big Kennedy fan. What a great move a minute ago, the tough pull up there. Got a Southern Stars player on the floor.
I believe that's Grice. Member of the training staff on site headed over there.
I'll tell you what,
Mark
they do such a
Stevens over there as well.
Man, first of all, Mark Stevens being over there was awesome. Guy from the other team, opposing bench, walking over with genuine concern to make sure she's okay. The training staffs that work these events, the amount of stuff they deal with on a day-to-day basis. Their ankle tapers, their ice getters, they're all kinds of things. And then obviously when you have moments like this where you want to make sure that the kid's health is being taken into full account, then they serve in this capacity, which is their normal capacity, right? And big shout out to all the folks who are helping keep these athletes safe.
Yep.
You know, in the rare occasion where they do get hurt, being able to work with them and make sure that they're okay.
As Bryce is up on her feet.
They were working with her foot as if she might have rolled her ankle there. Walking off with just a little bit of assistance, but mainly under her own power, which is always good to see.
35 and 9/10 of a second remaining. As it looks like Howard Bass, or Coach Bush, is going to take advantage of his time out here.
Awesome.
It's been a great couple days here at PSB Real Deal in the Ville Session 1. Still got Session 2 coming up as well.
These are easily two of my favorite coaches in the game, man. Doug Bush locked in. Like, who's down 10 with 35 seconds left and still coaching for the 8-10 game already? You know what I mean? They got another gauntlet. Best choice up at 8-10. Every single game when you walk in the door here at a Peach State event, you gotta bring your A game. You know, there aren't any fluff games. You gotta come in here prepared to work and prepared to grind.
And Riego talking to his team, they said they take the foul. Coach Bush, at 1 second he said, don't worry about fouling, just move your feet. But Tierra Dark continuing to play hard.
That's awesome. I went to talk to the Gym Rats last night after their after the second game, excuse me. And just about seeing it kind of come together. You know, from an outsider's perspective, obviously we had the opportunity to be up close and personal with the group during the Memorial Day event that JB what they done such a great job on. And to see them continue to get better and really grow, you know, from this, it's impressive.
That'll send Scott to the free throw line.
That's the tough thing with this group, man. Who you gonna foul McLaughlin? Or you gonna foul Scott? And who you gonna foul, man? Who you gonna foul, man?
Hashtag pick your poison.
Man,
when it comes to that.
definitely shooters everywhere around here, man.
And in this gauntlet, the Southern Stars didn't come here for a moral victory, but you look at Maya Taylor, a little bit hampered by a sore ankle.
Yep.
You look at the fact that the Gym Rats had to control most of the game. They lose by 12, but they stayed within striking distance, even though they couldn't close the gap.
No question. Great matchup, man. I'm excited for this 8-10 one there with Best Choice and Southern Stars, man. See how they bounce back. A little adversity, man. You're right. A couple of bangs up at Knicks, man, but like the NBA playoffs, that's July.
Appreciate you joining us here on SUV TV. Signing off from the PSB Real Deal in the Ville.